to conclude my sharing today, I would like to share with you how to invite the bell. We have many bells in our community. We have the big bells, the great temple bells, the activity bells, but also the day-to-day mindfulness bell in many sizes. We have king size, there's a queen size at that end, and we also have the mini bells where we can put in our pocket. And our Dharma teacher of Plum Village, everywhere you go, you bring your bell with you. Our teacher had a dream one time, and in his dream, he found out that he was accepted into a very prestige and high college of music. And as the class was assembling, somehow it was his turn to do a presentation of music. But he said, "But I'm not a musician. I cannot play the piano or the guitar or the violin or the cello." And as he was stumbling to look for an instrument, he put his hand in his pocket, and the bell was inside. And when he took grip of the bell, he felt, I got this. And he was very confident, because Tai knew if it's playing one instrument and something that he had mastered, it is the bell. And as the teacher was coming, he heard that the teacher was a teacher that was very well loved and very acknowledged among all the schools. And the surrounding was very beautiful, maybe like Upper Hamlet. And as the teacher was coming, he woke up. He woke up from the dream. And he said, I need to sleep a little bit more just to see who this teacher is. But it never happened. And he had the intuition that maybe it would be the Buddha coming in. But from that dream, he knew that as a practitioner of mindfulness, our breathing is our strings of music. But to invite the strings of music to play, there's something very concrete that we can practice, and that is inviting the bell. And we don't say we hit the bell or we strike the bell, but we say we invite the bell. And usually the bell also has a cushion. The bell is like a practitioner. It sits on a cushion. But I don't know where the cushion is. So he will sit on the floor today. And before we invite the bell, we have to be one with the bell. It's like when you invite your friends to your house, you prepare your house. So when you want to invite the bell, you have to prepare yourself. Because the way you invite the bell and the way you take care and you address the bell, it gives it spiritual energy or holiness. That's up to you. If you don't take it seriously, then the bell is just a piece of iron, of metal, etc. But if you respect it like a friend, then that bell becomes a Dharma instrument. It becomes a spiritual friend. The same with your cushion. You know, when I first came to Plum Village, I said, why are the monks and nuns bowing to the cushion? Right? And I just did it because everyone did it. But as I learned, even the mat and the cushion, if you pay respect and you treat it with care, then that becomes your Dharma instrument. That becomes a condition for you to be mindful, to nourish concentration, and for you to have insight. So the bell is the same. So usually before we invite the bell, we bow to the bell. And the bowing in the Buddhist tradition is not just a form, but it is a practice. It's like a lotus bud, a lotus flower. And you offer this lotus to someone who you bow to. And it also represents your mind and your body coming home to the present moment, united. And you bow to the bell. And if the bell is a big bell on the cushion, you let it on the cushion. But if it's a small bell, you bring it up and you invite it into your palm, to your hand. And then you breathe at least 3 times. And we have a gatha. A gatha is like a poem. And we recite it before we invite the bell. And the gatha goes like this. With body, speech, and mind in perfect oneness, I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow. And after you have recited the gatha and you have breathed in and out mindfully, and then you wake up the bell. It's a half sound. And the half sound is to let everyone around you know that a full sound is coming. So everyone, when you hear the half sound, everybody prepares to listen to the bell and to breathe in and out mindfully 3 times. So we don't want to shock anybody or to invite it and not have people prepare, because the bell should be an invitation. Everything in the practice is an invitation. We invite you to practice. We invite you to breathe. We invite you to listen. So the sound of the bell is the same. We invite you to come back to the present moment. So once you have wake up the sound, if it's a big crowd, like this meditation hall, you can do a second wake up, and it can be a little bit stronger. And then with your mindfulness, if you are in tune with the community, with the people around you, you know when they are ready to listen. Once you hear the room has calmed and is ready, then you invite the full sound. And when you invite the bell, you don't strike it down, but it's almost like a circular movement. And there's an image you can have, it's like a flock of birds inside, and you invite and all the birds will fly out. And one bell should allow yourself as well as the others to enjoy 3 in-breath and out-breath. So your in-breath and your out-breath is the measurement for the next sound. And when the sound is invited, we can recite a gatha, another poem. And it goes like this. I listen. This wonderful sound of the bell brings me back to my true home. The true home, what we have learned, is in the here and the now. So I listen. This sound of the bell brings me back to my true home. And after you have allowed yourself as well as the ones in the Sangha, in the group, to enjoy the breathing 3 times, then you invite the next. So with this practice, you allow your community, you allow your friends to enjoy at least 3 sounds of 3 sound, which is 9 in-breath and out-breath. And once you are finished, you place the bell back down with 2 hands, put the inviter down, and you bow 1 time. And you offer it your gratitude, because the bell is like a friend that allows us, and is something that unites all of us, brings us in unison with the in-breath and the out-breath. And practicing inviting the bell is an art. It's very simple, but it can be very difficult. Because inviting the bell, it should go along with your practice energy. The more you are more at peace and at ease, then the more the sound of the bell has quality in your practice. Believe it or not, but our teacher usually tells us, when he watches us invite the bells, he knows where our practice is. And Tai says sometimes it takes 10 years to become a good bell master. And I can confess to that, it does take many years. Because inviting the bell, it brings your whole awareness to it. And you have to be solid to collect the whole group of practitioners, because the quality of the bell has the energy to unite all of us. And when we practice and to invite the bell with stability, also our practice as a facilitator becomes more solid. In Plum Village, we always begin with 3 sound of the bell and end with 3 sound of the bell. In all of our meetings, we always start with 3 sound and end with 3 sound. And sometimes when emotions are high and tensions are high in our meeting, the facilitator, the bell master, invites the community to listen to the sound of the bell. So the sound of the bell is like a teacher. It helps all of us to come back to the present moment, to listen, to breathe.